Okay, welcome back. This is chapter 2 of Core Purpose. And honestly, this is one of my most exciting chapters that I love to teach. And there's a lot of reasons why that I love to teach this, but I'm going to kind of save it for you. It's going to be a bit of a surprise. This is going to be one of the most foundational chapters that you are going to learn that will really rock your world. And I'm not kidding about that. It's going to give you a frame of reference so that you are always going to know all the time what model that you're in, because we're going to really unwrap a couple of models. People usually operate from one or the other, and you're going to be very excited when you realize, oh my gosh, I got it, I really understand it, because this is going to help you to stay in the path of purpose, okay? And so let's talk about what the growth mindset is. Well, what is it? What do you think it is? Is it the same for everyone? Does it impact your quality of life? Does it impact your purpose? These are things that are really important, and these are good questions that you might have. And we're going to answer these as we go through this chapter. We're going to build on chapter 1. Like I said earlier, we build on each chapter, so don't miss any of the sessions, otherwise you might miss something important. And it's all about helping us to see things from a different perspective and to see if there's maybe some small 1/8 inch changes that I need to make in my thinking. That's all it is. Now, some of you might be thinking, I don't need to change. It's everyone else that needs to change. If they would just do their thing, my life would be so much better. Well, I'm here to tell you right now, that's not how it works. We want to change because core purpose is about me and it's about you. So don't take the information and say to other people, oh, I learned this, you need to change. What you want to do is say, wow, I learned this, so I'm going to change. And I can show you later on why we know that when you change, the world will change with you. So this is actually really exciting. Okay, now what we also want to do is to really challenge your thinking, because some people get really discouraged as how their life is unfolded. So again, unless you change your thinking, you're going to experience more of the same. And presumably, you're taking this class because you're really wanting to augment your life. You're wanting to make some adjustments in your life so that you can have the best quality of life that you've always dreamed about, that you've laid in bed and thought, wow, if I could just do this, if I could just experience this. There's a reason why you're feeling that way. It's not because you have some weird fantasy and some weird imagination. You actually are experiencing this because inside of you, that purpose is calling to you. And purpose is saying, hey, this is what you were born for. Remember the seed. It's in your DNA. So it's calling you, and it will continue to call you until you actually leave this earth. All right, so now we're also going to talk about poverty. And you may ask yourself, why would we be talking about poverty when we're talking about growth? Well, poverty is about loss and lack. And poverty isn't just about someone who doesn't make enough money. So we just need to get that clear right now. Poverty could be in your relationships. Poverty could be in your career path. It could be in your education. It could be in emotional intelligence. You may have poverty in your problem solving. You might have poverty in your health. There's a number of places where you could actually experience poverty. And so we really want to talk about that so that we can identify where we are lacking or experiencing loss in our life. This is very important. And so then we're going to talk about the 2 models that I mentioned earlier. I'm super excited about that. You'll want to make sure you take really good notes. In fact, I've actually created a few more slides that are not in your textbook because I want to make sure that you really see what we're talking about when we develop these 2 models. Okay, so we are going to explore whether or not you have some wrong ideas about life. And I bet when you make some small, tiny adjustments, just 1/8 inch decisions, these aren't the biggies that are going to be difficult to implement. These are small adjustments. You're going to really start seeing some positive results right away. And that's really what we want to do, because that also encourages us, because then we'll know we are actually on the right path. Okay, so here we're going to get started. Let's get going. All right, now what we want to do,